barring a miracle, we're going to get the Rangers. Unless a miracle happens, then we get Carolina. Which I hope that said miracle doesn't happen, because Carolina would give us a harder problem, because they have more depth than the Rangers do. One of those depth players got injured by Jacob Trouba, because Jacob Trouba decided to headhunt, because he is a headhunter. Been a headhunter ever since he left Winnipeg. Rematch of the greatest series I've ever watched as a hockey fan. That was the Lightning and Rangers in 2015 was a fabulous series. That was the greatest postseason series I've ever watched. Even if the Rangers won, I still would have said that's the greatest postseason series I've ever watched. Just nonstop back and forth, back and forth, and back and forth. And the two teams play like they hated each other. And, well, the Rangers had Marty St. Louis. We played Marty St. Louis in the playoffs. No, we're not. What, Valix? No, we're not, Hurricane. Dude, the Rangers have only two scoring threats. Mika Zibanejad and Artemi Panarin. We have Andrei Vasilevsky, who's been red hot. They have Igor Shesterkin. Granted, he's red hot, but he's tired. The dude is not built to go this far. He's not. Make no mistake about Igor Shesterkin. He's a good goaltender. He's a great goaltender. He's going to win the Vezina. It won't even be close. But he's going to be tired. That's the problem with him. He's going to be tired. And their defense, not good. It isn't any good. Not as bad as Florida. Florida's is atrocity. And nobody should question me with hockey because I called the Lightning sweeping Florida. We still won the trade. We still won that trade. And the Rangers shouldn't have made the McDonagh trade because we won that trade. McDonagh got 2 Stanley Cups. And is probably going to get a third one because the free Pete is looking inevitable. Now it's 4-0 Rangers. Okay. Other than Fox, who's on your defense? Point exactly. And Fox isn't even that good defensively. Igor Shesterkin is the Rangers' defense. Eventually, he's running out of gas, just like Markstrom in round 2. He ran out of gas. Granted, Edmonton owns Markstrom, but still. Our defense is better than the Rangers by far. By far. McDonagh and Chernak can actually play defense. Granted, Chernak is injury prone. I just said 4-0 Rangers. But your defense is Igor Shesterkin. The Rangers' defense is Igor. This is a rematch of the greatest series I've ever watched in my life as a hockey fan. Because 2015 Eastern Conference Finals, that was a fabulous series. I've seen great series like Chicago and LA in 2014, the New York Rangers and the Washington Capitals in 2015, the Bruins and the Lightning in 2011. Even though I hate that we lost, that was a great series. Rangers and Capitals 2012. Bruins and Maple Leafs 2013. Sharks Golden Knights 2019. 2020 Avalanche Stars. 2021 Lightning and Hurricanes was better than Lightning and Islanders. Because I knew after Game 5 we were going to win the series. The Islanders couldn't score. Literally in their last 2 games, they got killed in Tampa. 9-0 combined. No. This is just going to be a little quick. Series starts Wednesday. Vasi versus Shesterkin. I say Vasi dominates the Rangers. Especially since Vasi's now entering his playoff mode. Oh, and not only that, but we beat Marty St. Louis in the third round. The Rangers only threatened me with Panarin and Zibanejad for offense. For defense, they don't really threaten me. In goaltending, it's just Igor. And either way, Shesterkin's going to be tired. Shesterkin's going to be tired. Oh, God. Reeves versus Maroon. And we have Nazem Kadri versus Evander Kane on the other side. Kadri and Kane are hated by a lot of people. Now, I hate both Kadri and Kane. I hate Evander Kane. Dude's a better hockey player than Kadri is. Reeves and Maroon. People hate both of them. Florida. I hated Reeves since he was in St. Louis. Plus, this Rangers team, they're not ready to beat Tampa. Next year's Rangers, I think, will be able to. And I don't think the Rangers haven't played. The Rangers have only played against one starting goaltender. They played against backups. Backup goalies. They haven't played against an actual starter. Now they're playing against a starting goalie. Let's see how that ends out for the Rangers. And we all know the Rangers are inept when it comes to scoring. I think 3 in a row is inevitable at this point. The toughest test for Tampa in the East, out. Barring a miracle, they're out. They're not beating Tampa, Johnster. You're high. I'm sorry. Plus, didn't you say Florida would beat Tampa? Tampa's going to win the East. Tampa's going to win the East. I don't think it's going to be close either. I don't think Rangers and Lightning is going to be close. 2015, that was something. At least the Rangers had depth. They actually had some depth scoring-wise. This year, their depth is invisible. They're not beating Tampa. They're not beating Tampa. They don't really stand a chance in this series. Tampa and Edmonton are going to meet in the finals. The New York Rangers are not winning the Eastern Conference. If they do, they're going to get smacked in the finals. Regardless of who they play. Colorado or Edmonton, they're getting smacked. Because the Rangers aren't good enough to win. The Rangers aren't good enough to win. Rangers will face the Lightning. Barring a miracle, it's 4-0 Rangers right now in the third. Barring a miracle. Now, Pittsburgh should have beat the Rangers. I'm saying right now. Domingue gave up one of the softest goals of all time. Nope, they're not. Dude, not. The Canes would have given us a better fight than the Rangers. We're going to smack the Rangers so bad. Won't be funny. Johnster, you don't question me when it comes to hockey. I went 2 for 2 in the third round. You called me crazy last year. for saying the Canadiens are going to beat Vegas. I also said Dallas was going to beat Vegas 2 years ago. Dallas did beat Vegas. It's going to be Tampa and Edmonton. Book it. Tampa Bay, Edmonton, Stanley Cup Finals. Plus, the league wants Edmonton in the finals because it helps their marketing because of Connor McDavid. Connor McDavid in the finals just helps the league marketing. That's it. Didn't you say Florida was going to beat us? Johnster, I'm going to embarrass you about Florida and Tampa. Didn't you say Florida was going to beat us in 6? Try telling you, buddy. Golden State was going to get, not Golden State, Tampa was going to smoke Florida. We did. Nope. That's not coming. That's not going to happen, Johnster. You are overhyping Edmonton. No, you're overhyping the Colorado Avalanche and the New York Rangers. You're overhyping both. Didn't you pick the Islanders to beat Tampa? The New York Rangers are not built to beat Tampa in the playoffs. Playoff Tampa? Nah. Regular season Tampa? Yeah, the Rangers can beat them. But this Ranger team? No, they're not built to beat playoff Tampa. If they can fix their offensive depth and their defense, yeah, they will win. Which I think they will win it next year. But this year, no, they're not winning. New York Rangers are not winning the East. New York Rangers are not beating Tampa. Yeah, I agree with you. Tampa and Edmonton. Tampa's going to free-peat. A 3 in a row is going to happen. 3 in a row is going to happen. You're an embarrassment, Johnster. I'm sorry. You shouldn't talk hockey anymore. You said Florida was going to beat Tampa. Anyone who said Florida would beat Tampa this year needs to stop. I'm sorry. President's Trophy winners, you get swept and you only scored 3 goals. And you got shut out in a must-win game. And the Rangers have a worse depth than Florida. We held the highest scoring regular season team ever in the salary cap era to 3 goals. Florida did not get shut out once until game 4 of the second round. No, Colorado's not winning. If it's the Rangers, yes. But if they play Tampa, no. They're not beating Tampa. Nobody's beating Tampa at this point. Tampa's repeating. Edmonton, they need to stop talking hockey. Because if you said Florida was beating Tampa, then you need to stop talking hockey. Because, for one, you should have realized how bad Florida plays against Tampa. You should have. When both teams are healthy, Tampa's the better team. It isn't even close. And Florida's going to fall off next year. They slide up. They go from President's Trophy winners to third in the Atlantic, and they lose to Toronto in round 1. Carolina scored, but it's 5-1. You're really overrating the oblivion out of the Rangers, Johnster. That's going to come back to bite you. There's no way we lose to this team. All the Rangers do to win is headhunt. It's not going to work against Tampa. Tampa can do it right back to them. Oh, no, if Jacob Trouba wasn't dirty in round 1 on Crosby, then the Rangers would have lost to Pittsburgh. And Trouba had a dirty hit on Domi. And he had a dirty hit on Jarvis. Now, the hit on Lundgren, that's inexcusable. That is an inexcusable hit. That is inexcusable. You don't do that. That is dirty. But the Jacob Trouba one was also inexcusable. You don't just line him up in the head. Tampa's going to free-peat. It's inevitable at this point. Everyone picking the New York Rangers. pick Florida to beat Tampa. That's all you got to say. That's all you got to know. You're going to be right. Granted, it's near impossible, but it's going to happen. No one's stopping this team from doing it. Only Edmonton can beat this team. Only Edmonton. Because Edmonton, they're too fast. You can catch them on the break. I already said it's 5-1 Rangers, Jeff. I don't think Rangers and Lightning is going to be relatively close. Tampa and Edmonton. People are saying Igor's better than Vasilevsky. If you're going regular season, then yes, Igor was better. But if we're talking postseason, no, it isn't even close. And for size, yes. No, they are not. You said Florida would beat Tampa, and now you're picking the Rangers? Dude, Rangers wouldn't even beat Florida. Florida would have killed the Rangers. Florida would have killed the Rangers. No, we're not worse than the Canes. We're not worse than the Canes. I thought about it more, and I'm like, nah, the Canes we're better than the Canes. And we'll beat the Rangers. Easily, too. Easily. I'm telling y'all, the New York Rangers are not built to beat Tampa. They're not. The only team in the West besides Edmonton that was built to beat Tampa, the Flames. Maybe the Blues, but the Flames. The Flames are physical. They got Markstrom, who was nominated for the Vezina, and then they got who else? Who else was there? And they had scoring depth. Deepest team in the West. The deepest team in the league is Tampa. It's not even a debate. The deepest team in the league is Tampa, by far. Dude, our top line didn't even produce in either series clinching games. Still won because of our depth. Our depth shows up. You don't know, Johnster, you do not understand how good the playoff Lightning are. I thought we'd lose to Toronto, but then after that win, I'm like, well, we're gonna go to the third round. I was right. Now we're gonna go to the finals because Carolina's about to lose. Carolina was the only threat in the East to us. Neither team was beating us. I'm sorry, neither the Rangers or the Canes were going to beat us. But the Canes would have been harder because they actually have a defense. That would be an easy Tampa win. The only hard one I'd say is Edmonton, but it'd still be like 6 games. Colorado would be over in 5. I don't see how the Rangers win a game. The way they struggled against Carolina. Carolina isn't bad, but we are definitely better than Carolina. We're going to beat the Rangers. The Rangers are not that good. They're really just carried by Igor Shesterkin, and Igor Shesterkin is about to be out of gas. This isn't going to be fun for the Rangers. If you're a Rangers fan, have fun with Tampa. Every Rangers fan I know is like, we're going to lose. Anyways, I'm out. Go Bolts. Beat the Rangers.